Do you have a busy day full of lots of meetings where you need to look good but not a lot of time to get ready? Me too. So I'm up really early before the boys and it's time for us to get ready for a busy day of meetings with not a lot of time to get ready because I gotta get it ready before they are. Let's jump into it. So this is a look that I put together a few days ago and I loved it, so I'm recreating it for you today. We're gonna do it as quick as we possibly can and I'm gonna try and do it uncut. So starting off here with Naturium, I've prepped my skin, but I haven't put on my SPF yet because that is going to be our base product today. So again, the Naturium Dew Glow Tinted Moisturizer in SPF 50. This is in the shade Light. I love this because it gives me that little bit of coverage while giving me the sun protection that I need. I sit here at my desk all day facing a big, beautiful mirror, but that means that I do get sun exposure all day. So I need to look after my skin. I am a retinol user. We gotta, even if you're not a retinol user, even if you don't sit facing a big, beautiful window all day, SPF is a must. It's the most important thing you can do for your skin. It is the biggest organ that we have in and on our body. We have to care for it or it won't care for us. Little PSA for you there. Right, so we're going to rub this in. It gives, you can see a teensy bit of coverage there, a beautiful glow, and it really just sets my skin up for the day beautifully. I put on a really decent amount because again, this is my SPF. And one thing I love about this Naturium product is, fun fact, I've cracked the cap there, ignore that, but this little dip in the cap is actually a guide for you to be able to know how much product you need to safely cover your face. So fun little fact about that. Thank you, Naturium. Because I think a lot of people don't know how much product you actually need to get the amount of SPF coverage that is advertised on the packaging. If you just put a teeny little pea-sized amount and rub it all over, you're not going to be getting the SPF 50. There we go, that's rubbed in. It's giving me a little hint of coverage, beautiful glow. I mean, that just looks incredible. So there we go. I'm going to let that sink in and jump on over to my brows. I should have said at the beginning, this is a routine using nothing new, tried and true products. This is a mix of high and low, drugstore and high end. These are products that I know, love, and trust, that I know will give me a look that I can go through the full day of meetings on camera and not have to worry about touching up because I need to just be on and in the meetings and focusing on what I'm doing. So onto brows. This is the E.L.F. Wow Brow in the shade Soft Brown. This one, I kind of toggle between this one and the blonde, but this is just what my hand jumped to first. I'm nearly out of this. So because I'm nearly out of it and there's not a lot of product left in the brush when I'm dipping into it, I go against the grain on my brows to really get it coated in and then brush my brows up. And that is all I'm going to do for my brows. It gives that teensy tiny bit of color. It fills them in just enough. And as you know, if you've been watching me and been subscribed to my channel for a while, I have been on a brow journey of going from the big block brows to really embracing my natural brow shade and being more comfortable with my brows how nature gave them to me. But that doesn't mean that I want them flopping all over my face. I want them to be set in place where I want them to be. So for me, the E.L.F. Wow Brow is a phenomenal product for a really phenomenal price that does exactly that. There we go. And if you've not been with me for a while and you are new to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, introduce yourself below. I do read all the comments and I reply to all the comments as well, or I try to. So leave a comment below, introduce yourself, say hi. I really want to build this community and make it a really fun space for makeup lovers like me to talk about makeup, what we like, what we've tried, what you want me to use and try on my channel. So leave a comment down below. There we go. I'm happy with the brows. So we're gonna move on now to my next complexion product. I'm not doing any foundation. We're going in light today. So I'm gonna go under my eyes with the Haus Labs, I never get this one right, Triclone Skin Tech Concealer Corrector. And this is in the shade 04 Fair. I like this one for under my eyes. And because I'm not doing any foundation, I'm gonna put in a teensy bit more. This one for me is a repurchase if you have been following. I had this before in quite a rosy shade that wasn't quite right for me. So I repurchased in this shade, which is definitely more my under eye shade, and I'm loving it. I'm so happy that I have repurchased this and I now have it back in my collection. So I'm gonna let that sit and sort of self-set under my eyes to just get a little bit thicker and tackier under my eyes for a minute. And I'm double concealing today, guys. Strap yourselves in, we're double concealing. I'm going in with another one of my favorite. You can see I'm like scraping the bottom of this. I need to repurchase this. This is the Tower 28 Serum Concealer in, I don't even know what the shade is, BU? Is that the shade? I don't know. I love this. I don't love this under my eyes because it's a little bit too slip sliding. I do use it under my eyes, but I really have to set it down. What I love this for is for spot concealing. I don't know why I put the Haus Labs up there, just force of habit. I love this because I do have more redness and pigmentation on my cheeks here, but I don't feel like I want to spend the time doing a full face of foundation. I just want to cover up these areas where I just have that little bit more redness, that little bit more pigmentation. So I'm gonna do it with a more lighter coverage concealer and cover it up that way. So there we go. I'm going to then jump in with my Bialy foundation brush. I have this linked on my Benable link and tools that I love. This comes in a set. It's also got the phenomenal eyeliner brush that I love. But I've been really getting back into this foundation brush. It's just got a really nice dome to it. It's great density. Really, really enjoying it. And blend that out, taking it up and really sort of melding that into the SPF that I have there to make them join together, meld together, be one and the same. Keeping it all really light, thin layers, because I want to look natural. I don't want to look overly made up today. But again, we're going quick because I got work to do. And the boys have got to get up for school in not that long. Now I'm going to go and blend out my under eye with that same brush because we're going quick. We don't have time for doing all the specialist individual tools. There's a time and a place for that. But today is not it. We got places to go, we got people to see, we got kids to get to school. Take it on my eyelid because I do have a little bit of like pigmentation on my lids. So I just like to cover that up. Take it down my neck, just blend everything together. And there we go. I've toned down the redness on my face. Everything's just looking nice and natural, but I'm not seeing that redness poking through. Great. I'm now going to set my under eye. This is where we're going high, but this is a powder that I've loved for years and it was a splurge. It is the Givenchy Prisme Libre pressed powder. If you know, I used to love their loose powder, but they reformulated it and the reformulation was not great. I tried it in store. I never bought it because it just wasn't, it had like too much mica in it or something. It just looked more like too glowy basically. But then they responded with bringing this pressed version, which is just lovely. It's very, very fragranced. So if fragrance bothers you in products, and you find that with a lot of the like fashion house beauty brands, they just really like to chuck a lot of fragrance into their products. But I went in originally with a brush because I want light, but I'm going to actually go back in because I don't want to have to touch up today. And I want to make sure that my under eye is really good and set down. I am going to go in with a setting spray as well to just take the powderiness down. And that's a little trick for you as well. If you find that you've put a little bit too much powder on and you're looking a little bit too dried out and parched, hit it with a bit of setting spray, and that will just meld everything together and awaken all those powder layers. So there we go, around my nose, around my chin. And I just think that powder looks so beautiful and natural. And you can see this is a well-loved powder that I'm going to use to the bitter end because I want to get every penny's worth of, I think it was over $60 when I bought it. She pricey. She pricey. Right, so I'm not in a rush today, but I've got places to be. So I don't have time to do the cream layer and then the powder layer. We're not doing that with blush and bronzer and all that jazz. So I want pigmentation and I want it to look good and last. Where am I going? I'm going to my Milani Baked products. This is the Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade 01 Amalfi Glow. I have been adoring this since I bought it a few months ago. I think I bought it right before we went to Spain back in February. And this is just really one of my favorite go-to bronzers. This together with my CoverGirl Skin Enhancer. It just looks so natural. And I think for me right now, I'm in my baked color, my baked complexion product era. It gives me that glow. It gives me pigmentation. I'm just all about that formula. And you don't need to break the bank to get a phenomenal formulation like this. This was a couple of pounds. You can get this now. I had to, when I ordered it, because I ordered it right when it was launched, I had to get it direct from Milani. Now you can get it at Superdrug here in the UK. I think you can get it at all the big drugstores in the US, Target, Ulta, all the places. You guys get the launches earlier than we get it here, so I had to go direct to the manufacturer. There we go. I'm loving how that looks. Pretty, and you saw I blended it in real time. Quick and easy. I'm gonna take it down my neck a little bit just to give that cohesive look. There we go, I'm happy. And then I'm gonna go in with the same line, the Milani Baked in the shade 03 Berry Amore. So I'm gonna go really close for you to see this. Can you see the little flecks of gold in that? It's just so beautiful. I've been really loving this. And I'm going in with my Real Techniques, a lighter, less densely packed blush brush, because this packs a punch and I don't want it to look crazy on my face. I want to go light and dainty. Again, I'm not going for a heavy high makeup day. I want to look put together but not full glam. That's the aim for today. But enough for it to translate over the computer webcam, because all of my meetings today are virtual. There we go. And you can see it does give a glow, but it's summer. We're finally in June. I want to go in with a bit of highlight because I'm coming back to my highlighter era. This is, again, the same line, the Milani Baked line. And this is the Baked highlighter in 01 Dolce Perla. I'm going to go in with a really precise highlighting brush, just taking it there right on the tip, and a really small amount right on the high points of my cheeks. This doesn't take long, but it just adds that beautiful visual impact. And I'm a millennial. I love a nose highlight. You're not taking that nose highlight away from me. Love it. Super cute. Now we're gonna beep bop over to eyes. I forgot to get an eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna grab this one from Morphe and Ariel. This is the A1. This is just a great fluffy brush. I'm going into my E.L.F. bite size. These are £4, I think $4. This is the rose water or something like that. They don't put, the E.L.F. don't put any of the names of their shades on packaging. That is my gripe with E.L.F. But I'm just going to do 2 really quick shades. So I'm going in here and I'm going to take this shade here really quickly all over the lid, not even really being careful or precise, just fluff it right on in there. Right up past the crease, not all the way to the brow, but kind of nearly. We want to just give some color to the lid, some definition. I do wear glasses when I'm working, so I'm not that, it doesn't need to be perfect because I've got glasses covering it anyways. It doesn't need to look perfection. I just want a little bit of something. Take it right up, windshield wiper motions. We're going back and forth. Just get it in there. And then I'm gonna go in, because you know, I'm a magpie. We've done this, we've seen this. If you saw my last video, I talked about the glitter puck from Half Magic. If you want to see me do an incredible eye look with that, leave it in the comments and I definitely will. I was like, should I do that right now? No, because we're going quick and easy. I'm gonna go in with this shimmer here, which is still an incredible shimmer. And I'm just gonna tap it really lightly just in the center of the movable part of the eyelid. Tap, tap, tap. There we go. And that just gives a little bit of a hit of light off that shimmer, which will pop through my glasses. And guys, we are nearing the finish line and I'm 17 minutes in and I've been chatting your ear off, so I can get this done in 10. So I'm going to curl my lashes, which is probably the longest process in this whole thing because my lashes need a curl. If I don't curl them, they just fall immediately. Curl my lashes with my favorite Tower 28 lash curler. This thing's a godsend. I don't even know if you can get this individually. I'll look and see. But this is just a phenomenal lash curler. I was a Shiseido lash curler gal for years. And then this was sent to me and I was like, yes, this is taken over. And then this I've been getting really back into, the MCO Beauty tubing mascara. And this is in black brown. And it's like nothing special. And when I remember when I tried this for the first time, I was like, meh. This is great. It's a tubing mascara. It doesn't transfer down. It stays put and it comes off so easily at the end of the night. They just come off in the tubes. This is only a couple of pounds, a couple of dollars. This for me is just a really hero product from MCO that I would recommend trying. Oh, I just got it on my lid. But what you do if you get any mascara on your lid, leave it to dry and then flake it off. Don't try and wipe it while it's still wet. What I like about this is I find that it is a little bit buildable. So that's one coat. Not doing any eyeliner today. I don't have time for it, quite frankly. Nor do I think that this look needs it. This mascara looks very pretty without it. That's one coat. I'm gonna go in before it's fully dry with a second coat. Getting some of my hair in it, love that for me. There we go. Really, I mean, I do have a little bit on my lids, but like, it's fine. I've got glasses on today. And I'm going to finish it up with another MCO product. I mean, we all know what this is a dupe of, but I have it. I like it. I'm going to use it because I don't buy products for them to just sit and go bad. So we'll do a little spritz. Ooh. You see that adds glow back. It takes down the powderiness of the under eye, and it just brings the life back to my face. And that is an under 20-minute look to get me ready for a day full of meetings. I can now get the kids ready for school, and we're good to go. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, ring the bell so you'll be notified when I post, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.